The March 22nd maintenance and update info has released. This is going to be the anniversary part 2 for the events. They kind of piled them all into a fat update since we kind of had a dead week last week. Starting off, we have a brand new Elaine. She is going to be guaranteed at 600 points like a usual hero banner that is not festival. We'll take a quick look at her skills. Looks like her first skill disables buffs and is an AoE attack and a debuff. Second skill increases HP related stats of all allies by 5% for 2 turns and applies a buff that recovers 20% of damage taken. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Her ultimate inflicts damage equal to 420% of attack on all enemies. Releases 100% of any DOT damage or dot damage. This is damage over time, such as shock, poison, and bleed. So this kind of does the same thing that Festival King's punch attack did. It released any kind of ticking damage. And her passive at the start of allies' turn, apply Petals of the Sacred Tree on all enemies for 1 turn. Increases fairy race allies' damage by 30% and applies shock effects on 1 turn. Now I know she's basically the latest addition for the debuff team. I know a lot of people are testing her right now. I don't even know if this is... I don't think this is that good of a unit. I don't think this is going to add anything to the debuff meta or make that meta relevant at all. But I mean, I guess we have to wait and see, but it's really useless kind of summoning on her since we're in the middle of a festival. You know, why would you spend your gems on Elaine when you could get the new Deanne or Chad King, Escanor Bond? You know, it just doesn't make... It's not the best of choices, I would say, I suppose. And yep, so that is her. We have 2 new holy relics for herself and Fez King. Small Wing King, I should say. Inflicts bleed for 2 turns when the hero deals damage with an all target attack skill. So that's AoE. So his AoE is poison, which means if you have his relic, it's going to do bleed and poison. Okay. And then increases all allies or all enemies damage taken while having the shock debuff, which applies naturally thanks to her passive. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting combo there. They might make some waves. I'm not sure how they'll shake up the meta, but I guess if they have any kind of development, that'll be interesting to see. Of course, she has her own tickets that you can purchase. And we have a anvil and hammer bundle for purchase as well. We have a new rank up bundle. This is gonna match for rank 100. So that's these are usually a pretty good buy if you are interested in buying stuff. Some system updates. We can finally use auto clear tickets on the training cave. Training cave is such a lackluster piece of content to not have cleared tickets for this long, so that's really nice. They are also including missions. I'm hoping the missions will give you some additional drops. 144k, clear with a red team. Not using ultis. Not sure how that's gonna... Auto clear ticket becomes usable after a 5-star clear. Okay, so you can't use auto tickets until you complete all the missions for each stage. So that's... I guess it is what it is there. Autoplay function in main stages is unlocked once you reach 60, okay. Improved 7 constellation growth point QOL. GP is acquired, your total amount of GP will appear, okay. Current amount of GP is visible. Automatically activate to the furthest amount of stones. Okay, so they just made it easier to use the constellation stones, so that's cool. QOL update for the demonic beast selection. That's pretty nice. You don't have to click around to select the boss you want to fight. That's a decent improvement. Improved daily task mission. So before, the ungeared PvP daily is now either geared or ungeared, okay? Improved King's material exchange. Grimoires of Darkness can be exchanged with King. Great, that should have been there originally. The display of exchange costs from equivalent exchanges removed. Okie doke. Improved knighthood competition. You can now change the order of your teams when setting up your defense. That is very... that is so nice, because if you wanted to change your teams, if you wanted to change the order, you literally would have to remove all of the units all of their links and then add them all back in the different order. And then if you found out that you had a slightly optimal positioning, then you would have to do all of that again. And if you waited until you buffed, then you kind of just screwed yourself over. So that's a nice change. Added battle tips. I don't think we need those, but thank you, I guess. Added a description to the item storage. So when your storage is empty, it's going to tell you that it's empty. Awesome. Very cool. A replay function is added in the Knighthood boss battle and final boss battle. Wow. Awesome. Alright, Global Second Annie Part 2. We knew that already. Here are some extra events that are happening. Cool, cool, cool. We are hitting all of those. Event 1, Special Missions. Okay, so we get a free multi, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, on Elaine. Cool. Just normal stuff, I suppose. Complete all the missions, get all the rewards. Every hero draw, including the ad draw, will count towards the special mission task. Doll's Day Festival event. What is this? First clear reward, you get gems, pendants, SA coins, drops flowers, and they are exchangeable for cosmetic mats. Okay, clear some sort of stage to get these drops. First time clears for these rewards. Okay, that's literally what I just said, I guess. Exactly how it looks in this picture is how it plays out. You'll play stages for these drops, you'll get first time clears for these rewards, and then you exchange the drops for cosmetic mats. And then you get 10 gems in the end. So that's cool. Doll's Day Festival event achievements. Free stage clear count. You get anvils all the way up to some hammers. After 50 free stage clears, I suppose. Enemy defeat counts up to 300 for more of these drops. And then additional missions for more cosmetic mats. I like that they're making the cosmetic mats a lot easier to achieve, so that's nice. Details on the event, we don't really care for the intro there. How to participate, okay. Chapter clear rewards, up to 21. We'll get some good stuff there, nice. Event 4, Festival Reward Dungeon, okay. So the SP dungeon changes to a slightly different reward system there. That is usually the one-time clears a day. Yep, so that's just changing a little bit. Event 5, Fight Festival Boosting Event. So we have a Ungeared Top 100 event. So, do we have any rules? All heroes participate in battle. So it's 4v4. 4v4 Top 100 for Ungeared. That's pretty cool. 100 gems for first and 18 SA coins, all the way down to 10 gems and 6 SA coins. I still think these PvP rewards are pretty meh, pretty lackluster, but sweats will be sweats, you know? Blah, 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 blah. Rewards per victory count. Yep, so this is the usual. Win 15 times week 1, win 15 times week 2. You'll get some additional rewards. Festival points are increased by 50% when you win during the event period. Okay, good time to grind, but also a bad time to grind. Okay, week 6, festival boosting events. Deathmatch host and clear reward times 2. Nice. Patrol dispatch auto clear ticket times 2. Very nice. Daily task reward boost. Ah, we love those. Ooh, so they're boosting the gems. Love that. Looks like everything is doubled except gem. No, okay, not everything actually. The awakening stones aren't double. Enhancement stones aren't double. Anvils are... Okay. That's nice. Event 7, Warm Springtime Tavern Decor. Alright, so we get some free... Oh, they're not free. You have to buy them. Imagine buying tavern cosmetics. So I guess the neat thing about this is it is for the Season 3 Tavern, and the Season 3 Tavern cosmetics stack with the Season 1/Season 2 Tavern. But I wouldn't buy these unless these are a complete overhaul to what we already have. But the numbers are almost, or the effects are usually the same. It's just the numbers that are slightly different, but not 100% sure if any of these are better than what we already have. So you can change them, blah, blah, blah. Ah, faction is starting. Faction event. Ancient Holy War event, that's what they're calling it. This is Faction Wars. I'm sure a lot of people are anticipating this. This doesn't actually seem that interactive, I guess. So you pick a side, angels or demons, and based on how each side clears their respective field, there's like boss fights that you go through. You'll earn points, you'll have contribution, and it gets put up against the other side's contribution. So there are rewards based on contribution score, as you can see here, all the way up to 8K. Then based on how you did as a player, there are individual placement rewards that you see here. Then depending on if the faction wins or loses as a whole, there is a separate reward system there. And then you can use those exchange points, I guess, to cash in for some items. So there's an exchange shop, which I guess that you'll use your score for, or oh, your WP, whatever that is going to be, however that is earned. Holy War points. Ancient Holy War is based on boss battles found in 3 normal zones and a special zone. So the special zone is the big one. So that was like, if you picked angels, that was the Indra, Monspeed, and Dairy fights. The Ancient Holy War points are acquired at the end of the battle, right? So that goes to the contribution, and you'll spend those points accordingly. 3 normal zones. 3 hero battle system consumes stamina. Yeah, it's quite the bit of stamina. I think the extreme stages are like 50 stamps. That's pretty expensive. Auto replay, great, drops rewards. Unique bosses appear according to your selected faction zones. Yep. Obviously, angels fight demons and demons fight angels. So you're ready to see that. Normal, hard, extreme. Yep. Acquiring war points and contribution points. Clear stages, do missions, and there's a boost when you participate in the special zone. So the other thing about this is happening in real time. So whatever people are contributing, you know, that's going to update the faction bar, I guess, the versus bar at the top, which shows you who's in the lead. And the other thing is this is going to be heavily influenced by the amount of players that pick a side, because I don't think they had any way of kind of regulating a cap so that the sides were even. So if everybody picks like angels, for example, then we're basically just getting free points. And if you're on the demon side, when that happens, that's going to be rough. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen. That's just an example. So capturing zones, you clear everybody out, and then you capture a zone. Special zone is a 4 hero system, consumes entry, tickets, so that's not stamina. No drops. You get more war points. You need a special ticket to enter, so I guess will obviously be much easier to visualize all this in the game. Acquire WP based on the amount of damage dealt during the battle. Okay. Special zone battle system. The boss does not have HP. Okay, so we're just there to do a lot of damage. Boss's stats are increased as the turns progress. Use all target attacks on certain turns. Uses an instant death kill. Oh, very cool. I wish we had some of those. More details. Yeah, we get it. There's a lot to it, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to understand. Once a faction is selected, it cannot change until the end of the event. Yeah, so make sure you pick who you want to play with. Play as whatever side. I wonder how often they're going to do these, since this is an event. That means it's happening God knows how many times. I wonder if it's going to be kind of as often as Guild Wars, though obviously it is not as interactive as Guild Wars, so therefore a lot of people are probably going to forget this exists, because the rewards, I don't think you got any gems. Oh, you do get gems. Okay, I'm crazy. Oh, you have to do really well. So you have to get the max amount of contribution score and place top 50%, right? Yes. Okay, so similar to final boss placement, but rewards are way better. Oh, and then there's gear selectors. Why is this here? These are terrible. And they're still giving out UR chests and chalices. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Event 9. We have 9 events. Jeez. Battle events. The Gila event for pendants and Slater for chests. Cool. Ending events. Make sure you finish your Baruja event and make sure you finish your Hawk's treasure chest. Oh, and then if you want to buy the lucky bags, which are usually a pretty decent deal. Doesn't look like this time they bugged out and don't have to worry about what happened last time with the lucky bags. It's your last chance to do those. And yeah, so that wraps up everything for the March 22nd update.